Master Mage, Season 1, Episode 31. Then, Yan saw Fang and Sam off to the gate. She did not forget to instruct Fang to take good care of Sam. Fang nodded and went with Sam to the market. As soon as they arrived at the market, the two of them did not dare to wander around but went straight to Bao's fish stall. However, when they just approached the fish counter, they saw many people surrounding them and made a lot of noise. It seemed that something was happening. Fang quickly ran as fast as possible, threading his way through the crowd. Fang approached, looked inside, and discovered that countless household items had been thrown out. As for Bao, who is the owner of a stall, he is standing outside and receiving a lot of objects poured on his head. His whole body is covered with wounds. At this time, Bao looked extremely dirty. Didn't waste any more time. Fang shouted loudly and rushed to the front to help Bao. He asked, "What's going on in the end?" Bao tilted his head to look, only to discover that it was Fang. He was delighted and said, "Saved my life, Demon Fish has gone crazy." Hearing this, Fang is sure that Demon Fish is crazy is related to the pearl. Then, Fang quickly helped Bao to the other side and entered the house to see the situation. Fang had just entered the door and shouted when suddenly he saw a ceramic vase flying from the front, aiming straight at Fang's face. Fang has a quick body and immediately leans to avoid the object. He went into the room and saw the figure behind Demon Fish approaching him. Looks like he's still busy looking for throwables. At this time, Demon Fish's appearance is far different from before. Its whole body has purple skin, its face is full of anger, its white eyes are cruel and unusual. Fang knows well that anger is definitely from the pearl. Without it, it is difficult for Demon Fish to escape death. Fang quickly took out the dyed pearl from his pocket, then said, "I am here to return your pearl." Finished, Fang threw the pearl at Demon Fish. Demon Fish did not have time to see if it was real or fake, quickly reached out and grabbed it. Then, Demon Fish quickly swallowed it in his mouth. We have to give Fang 2 sentences. Fang really did not sincerely bring up the story of the pearl and even used the black pearl to fake it. Moreover, Fang also believes that the magic power of this black pearl is equal to that of Demon Fish's pearl. Indeed, nothing will happen, but maybe Fang is thinking too simply. After Demon Fish swallowed it, the heavy stone in Fang's heart was finally removed. Fang stood and observed the situation for a while, seeing that everything was fine. Fang rushed out to announce, "Everyone disperses, everything is fine." However, on the contrary, this group of people had no intention of leaving. Everyone showed a frightened face and looked behind Fang's back. Fang quickly looked back, thinking that something must be wrong. Maybe the fake pearl and Demon Fish's pearl have different effects. At this moment, Demon Fish was holding his stomach, his whole body was shaking. Suddenly, the whole body of the fisherman kept emitting a black aura. In the blink of an eye, Demon Fish turned into a jet of black smoke. As soon as Fang looked at it, he knew he was in big trouble. He worriedly rushed back into the room to see how Demon Fish was. In that black smoke, Fang looked closely but did not see the figure of Demon Fish, but made a strange sound. After that, smoke gradually dissipated. On the ground was a blackfish. Fang squatted on the floor, observed and conjectured. Did Demon Fish turn into this blackfish? However, he thought again and again that it was not right. At first, Bao said that the fish he caught was more than 2 meters big. Why has it become so small now? While Fang was thinking and didn't pay attention, the blackfish wagged its tail and jumped to the sewer to escape. Fang suddenly calmed down, seeing that he wanted to catch it, but it was too late. he unconsciously cried out in pain in his heart. If it was demon fish transforming into shape and even going into the drainage hole like that, Fang didn't know where it would drift. He really felt sorry for demon fish. Fang couldn't help but feel confused, suddenly felt the ground shaking violently. The bricks on the floor were lifted by some force. There is definitely an extremely ferocious animal underneath this ground, breaking bricks into a straight line and rushing out of the room. Fang also chased out and ran to Sam's side, thinking in his heart, "What the hell is going on?" The animal followed the market's main street, going straight ahead in one direction. Now the whole street cracked up into a long line. Finally, it rushed into a lake on the side of the road. At the same time, on the edge of the lake, a woman was washing vegetables. Her son was playing beside her. Suddenly, he fell into the lake with a bang. There was a big wave on the lake surface. It was rushing towards them from afar. The woman was so scared that her face turned pale, and she quickly pulled her child away and ran away. Before leaving, a huge blackfish popped up from the lake. Until now, that woman had never encountered a situation like this. That's why she was trembling all over in fear, standing motionless in the place where she couldn't move anymore. The other blackfish is demon fish after swallowing the black pearl in the ancient tomb. At this moment, demon fish hovers in the air, aiming at the mother and her son. Its huge head tilted sideways, its mouth wide open to reveal a pair of razor-sharp teeth, heading towards them. Fang saw that he knew what would happen from afar, quickly called Sam, and then frantically ran towards the lake. Because after the last serious injury, Fang had absorbed the pearl and absorbed all of demon fish's hundreds of years of cultivation. He wasn't sure if he was the opponent of the giant demon fish. But in an emergency situation like this, Fang could not stand by and watch. Fang then ran forward, speed so fast that he could hear the wind howling in his ears. Maybe this was the effect of the pearl. In the blink of an eye, Fang was almost in front of the lake. He stomped his feet and jumped into the air. Even Fang did not expect his jump was more than 10 feet high. Besides, the woman couldn't run in time, so she held the child in her arms, closed her eyes, and waited for the blackfish to take her life. Anyone who looks at them knows how scared they are. But in her most desperate moment, the woman heard a loud noise. She slowly opened her eyes and saw a lot of blackfish scales falling from the air. It turned out that Fang jumped up into the air while using one foot to step on the blackfish. The power of this kick is extreme. In an instant, the blackfish was kicked away. There was a loud crash in the sky. The fish flew straight into the wall, smashed it, and flew out.